Oh, somebody's gonna get it.
Oh,
She mad.
She's not kidding around.
The cast of Wednesday has a lot to say about the show. Do you know the backstory behind Jenna Ortega's iconic dance number? Or what about Christina Ricci's history with the character Wednesday? Number 1. Truly an iconic number, choreographed by Jenna Ortega herself.
This is my favorite scene. We brought this up so many times.
This dance has everyone on the internet in a chokehold. It's inspired so many remakes, TikTok videos, and even Lady Gaga had to hop onto the trend. The funny thing about this, though, is Jenna wouldn't even consider herself a dancer, much less a choreographer.
I choreographed that myself, and I think it's very obvious that I'm not a dancer.
Not one single person agrees with you, Jenna.
Oh my God, man. I could watch an entire show of just this.
Did you also catch the reference to Wednesday's original dance number? Number 2. There would have been a riot if we lost Thing.
I feel like this is gonna be the most emotional moment of the whole show.
This is the only scene where we actually see Wednesday express some pretty intense emotions, though Jenna Ortega found it to be a bit campy behind the scenes.
No, it's kind of campy, which I appreciate.
Considering Jenna is actively making a name for herself in the horror scene, she starred in the movie X, Scream, and The Babysitter Part 2, it's no surprise that this Wednesday sequence is one of the campier horror scenes she's shot throughout her career. Number 3. Thing gets shocked back to life.
Promise that whoever did this to you will suffer.
This was actually one of the more awkward scenes for Jenna to shoot. If you've seen our other Wednesday videos, you would know that some of the most difficult scenes for her to get through were the ones where she had to hold or carry Thing.
I'd love to continue cradling Victor's hand.
The reason why it was so awkward for her was because in those types of scenes, she was usually playing pretend. She didn't always have something to hold or pick up.
It's so outrageous.
Number 4. Everyone loved Christina Ricci's performance here.
Please don't make this more difficult than it already is, Marilyn.
My name is
Everyone in the cast thought Christina was the perfect person to play the sinister villain in the end, mostly given the fact that no one would ever suspect her.
Christina, with all of her charisma and dynamic personality.
The cast actually knew the secret before even being handed the script, but obviously had to keep it tight under wraps. It makes it even more of a twist if you think about the fact that Christina played the OG Wednesday back in the 90s.
This is my costume. I'm a homicidal maniac. They look just like everyone else.
Pretty wild. Number 5. We've got some stellar acting from a blue man under a table.
Also, Victor killed that.
Was that really him doing that?
Yeah, that was Victor, a blue man under the table just going...
As most of you probably already know, Victor Dorobantu is the magician who plays Wednesday's severed sidekick, Thing.
That's Thing.
Is he like your pet?
Most of his job description involves hiding under beds, tables, and behind Jenna Ortega while performing a scene. We can imagine just how much his body aches after the long workdays in Romania everyone endured filming this show. Fred Armisen was definitely feeling it that day.
And I was like, I just want to go home, guys. Come on.
Number 6. Jenna Ortega knows Wednesday would never cry over anyone else.
It's also a really important moment for Wednesday. I think it's the only time we really see her cry.
When talking about Wednesday's love interests, Jenna feels strongly about Wednesday's aversion to it.
I'm glad that it was over him, though. I don't think it would have made sense over anything else.
She thinks the character couldn't really care less about anyone, except, of course, for Thing.
I love this line.
If you die, I will kill you.
And eventually Enid. She was happy to see her relationships come full circle in the end, but more on that later. Number 7. One of Jenna Ortega's newfound skills.
We filmed this on my 19th birthday.
If I was in a sword fight like this, I would just be like, you win.
Jenna learned a lot of skills and worked incredibly hard on camera as well as on her days off. In her spare time, she learned to fence, speak German, and play the cello for the role.
There's so many pieces of coverage and bits, and also fencing costumes just look so cool.
They're so cool.
It was crucial to her that she was able to do a lot of the physical aspects of the show, like the fencing.
There's really important physical aspects like that, like the fencing, that I knew that I wanted to do myself and have ownership of.
Number 8. Jenna doesn't take Wednesday's relationships lightly.
Wednesday is very cold and closed off in the beginning, and the way that she's always been.
Her reaction to seeing the end of season 1 was mostly in response to Wednesday's relationships coming full circle.
I think for me, just that emotional aspect was the most satisfying or most rewarding for me.
Particularly the heartbreak of losing Principal Weems and the hug she and Enid share at the end of the big showdown. It's clear Wednesday has changed as a character. Number 9. We finally get to see Enid wolf out. In the final episode, Enid, who has had severe performance anxiety when it came to transforming into a werewolf, finally takes her true form to fight the incredibly dangerous Hyde.
I remember going into ADR and seeing our final fight scene, even when it still had the stunt guys in it.
It was a highly anticipated moment for the cast and audience alike. She was pivotal in the success of Nevermore.
I texted you, I was like, it's really cool.
It's so weird. Number 10. Some of the actors' favorite parts of shooting were getting to watch their co-stars act.
Watching you guys do this was so fun.
A lot of this cast would have serious FOMO if they missed a major scene or something they thought was really good in the script. Circling back to Wednesday's dance scene, everyone really wanted to be on set that day to watch.
We hadn't seen her do this.
Yeah, no.
And can we blame them? Number 11. Did you know you can watch Wednesday in nearly every language? Even with your eyes closed, you can still tell which character is speaking, even if you don't know the language.
Você nesse uniforme traz lembranças muito terríveis, não é mesmo?
Poppy.
Gomez. A lot of doting in that voice.
Yeah. There's no one more doting or concerned than Wednesday's father. And of course, you can always tell it's Wednesday by the lack of emotional inflection.
それはデマよ。私は殺した相手を切り刻んでペットの餌にするの。
I think it's me. There's not enough emotion or range.
Enid's voice is one of the most distinct in the entire show. Jenna has no problem calling her out about it either.
If it were you, it'd be really obvious.
Yeah.
Number 12. This is one of the first times we see the Addams family as part of a regular society.
We get to see Wednesday front and center leading the show this time, which is amazing.
For obvious reasons, the Addams family has never fit in much with the outside world because of their notably creepy and kooky nature.
The Addams family always used to kind of exist outside or on the periphery of society.
They literally have a severed hand as a family member. We can't exactly see things showing up for PTA meetings or anything. Because of that, the Addams family being so integrated as Wednesday leads the narrative was one of the cast's favorite aspects of the story.
And so it's fun to see them be a part of our world.
Especially because we've never seen Wednesday as a teenager before, only as a child. Even after spending over 8 months filming the show, the cast of Wednesday still clearly enjoys watching their co-stars' most iconic scenes. What was your favorite moment the actors watched? Any disagreements? Let us know down in those comments.